Hey guys, you're welcome to the show Moment Z that you love to see on your screens. I'm Belumi, and of course I have with me Kemi and Amanda.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm feeling cute.
You actually look very cute.
Yeah,
today
she's very
with the
cute in
buttons.
black.
Thank you.
Girls
and I
in
love
black.
what you're wearing. Yeah, right?
Okay guys, today we talk about the mindset that I just got backs are quickly hired in comparison to young people who never left. Is it true that most of African youths are missing some of the things that are associated with the best young people? Or is it the quality of the professional academic classroom instructions available in Western communities? Where do we stand when it comes to the opinion that foreign accents and qualifications overshadow employers' sentiment when it comes to job placement? It's the IJGB advantage. Let's talk about this.
Tell us more.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's an actual thing, or do you think it's just, you know?
It's an actual thing.
It's an actual thing.
It does exist.
It's so weird how the name even came to be. You know how I just got back? Have you heard? Do you know how it came?
No,
like,
actually
you know when
don't
everybody's like, you know, I just got back from the States, and then when I was there, and then you're like, oh yeah, you know, I just got, and that was how the name actually.
Wow, I actually didn't know that.
I just got back. It's so cool.
So have you guys, would you guys say you've ever experienced the IJGB
Yes,
advantage?
I have actually, when I was serving, and I remember applying to an oil company, and they told me like they had like a list of people who had studied in foreign universities that they had to attend to first of all before attending to people who schooled here, and I'm like,
Why do you think that is though?
right about now, then I would have said it was sentiment, it was a stereotype, it was an inferiority complex on the side of the employers, thinking that people abroad are better than us here. But as of now, now that I've seen things more clearly, I would say that people who studied there, if they have the qualification, are usually more experienced and more exposed.
More experienced and more exposed,
Yes.
but how do you know they're more experienced? Because apart from the fact that we have internet where we get to see everything happening worldwide, and apart from maybe their environment, to a certain level, you're almost as exposed as they are.
No.
So how
are you as exposed as they are? They have a structure, they live with a better standard of living. Like, I don't get it. Like, how do you compare
What
the
I'm saying is
exposure?
whatever education sort of, let's put the fact that, okay, our educational system is not so good, but you can always educate yourself with the internet, whatever it is. I mean, people even take online courses where you're schooling with other people around the world. So that way you're even exposed to the same or almost the same.
But what are the chances with that? Because I think a few episodes back we had spoken about how majority of the Nigerian youth, most especially, we don't have the spirit of excellence. We take it as it is and move from there. How many people really push through and actually try and be better, you know?
Yeah, but I think a lot of people have, because it's not just the Nigerian youth. I think Nigerians as a whole are not, don't push for that spirit of excellence. So if you're now telling me that me as an old Nigerian man, that I'm not excellent, I'm not looking for a youth that is excellent, is that not hypocrisy?
Fair.
Welcome back, guys. It is still the show by and for the young generation. Our topic of the day is IJGB advantage. Now, we are joined by two great guests, Idiat Olugbade, who is an associate producer with Spice TV, a part-time YouTuber. She moved back to Nigeria about 1.5 years ago, and we also have Husseina Yusufu, who is a certified associate in project management and a graduate of international business and management from Aston University in the UK. She has worked with Jumia Nigeria as a business developer. Husseina is also very passionate about management consulting and digital marketing. She is currently the business developer of Women Empowerment Initiative. It's her World Global.
That's a very interesting profile.
I know, like, you both have really interesting profiles.
Thank you.
Do you think that the IJGB advantage worked for you, or do you think it's a myth?
It definitely did. It worked. I did my master's in University of Leeds. So when I was moving back, I was like, okay, I'm looking for a job, blah, blah, blah. And someone's like, oh, I actually have something for you. And literally a phone call. And that was it. When I moved back, I didn't even do any interview. They just like went through my profile. Oh, you did this, BSc here, master's here. Oh, you sound nice, you look nice, you're pretty smart and everything. And that was it.
So did they have the, oh, you know this place, I went there too?
Well, they asked a couple of questions, but not like too serious interview.
So would you say it was because of your academic prowess?
Most likely.
So not the fact that you traveled?
Not because I traveled, no.
What of you? Do you think it worked for you?
Well, for me, I would say it definitely did. It's a mixture of both, actually. I did I did have interviews, but just one. But I think for me, it's not about just having like a British certificate or an overseas certificate, because I did a lot of part-time and internship roles and jobs while I was in uni. So in my interview, that pushed me like higher than the other candidates, because when they're looking at your profile, they see, oh, we're not going to have to train her from scratch again. She already has like basic organizational skills and professional skills. So definitely they were going to go for her. The mistake that home students make is they think it's all about going to school and getting a degree, but there's more to it. Like, I mean, we have a lot of companies coming in to say, oh, we have this internship role here and here, but I think with home students, they have that mentality of, oh, my parents will sort me out, or I have this uncle in this company. When I'm done, he would sort me out, but it doesn't work that way. I mean, that uncle has so many other brothers and sisters and cousins that are calling them to say, oh, my child, my brother, my this is about to graduate, could you help me? So like, I mean, you might not be number one, you might be number 50 or number 100. So, and it looks like your uncle is a bad person. Meanwhile, you haven't just built yourself up professionally and academically to be able to land yourself a job.
So here's the thing, I feel like this IJGB advantage works in international companies, and I can understand them also picking people who came from a foreign background.
Understand the structure.
They understand the structure. Yeah. So I don't think you have this advantage with local grown companies. Yeah. I feel like you guys wouldn't understand the structure of something that is built here in Nigeria. And I also feel like we don't focus on the advantages that we have as people who are homegrown students of Nigeria. If you feel you're actually good enough, then why can't you vie for that same position? Or why do you have to feel like, oh, they're going to get the job anyways without even trying? And then if you feel like they're more experienced or more exposed, what steps are you making to becoming more experienced and exposed?
Yeah, sometimes you really just can't help it. Let's be honest. Like the producer, our producer was saying, and shout out to MEC, she was saying there was a time she went for an interview or so, and then the person or the boss, the employer, now saw her and like, oh, you've been to Birmingham before. Oh, where in Birmingham have you been to? Oh, I have someone there. And then he didn't even look at her certificate or how qualified she is for that job in the first place.
But I feel like we're riding on the same issue. We've established that the IJGB advantage exists. We've also established the fact that there's an inferiority complex.
No, what we're asking is there.
There definitely has to be. You don't think there is? You guys have never experienced it in other people.
I actually think so.
Well, I think for me, I would still go back to home students not actually understanding what they have. When you think about it, you're actually in Nigeria for 4 years. I'm away for 4 years. So you have more chances of networking with a lot of people. And the thing is, these universities, they actually host a lot of career fairs, but how many students actually go for it? Over there is a serious thing. Like, it's not a thing where you only see 2 people, you see hundreds of people. So it's kind of like motivating. Okay, my friends are doing this, I had to do this as well. But in Nigeria, they're a bit laid back, because obviously my dad or my mom will help me get into the job that I eventually want to get into.
And adding to what Husseina said, I feel like us, I just got back, so we're all motivated, like we're like, oh yeah, we have this attitude to succeed. So even if we are put in a situation whereby, oh yeah, you have to get so and so amount, but we're still like trying to like get to the top of the ladder, even though, so like you can see someone coming to me now and saying that, oh, why even doing this, why even doing that? I'm just like, I don't want to be here, because I feel like I just got back, so I feel like, oh yeah, in terms of salaries now, okay, you entry level probably 150,000 naira. Me coming back from UK, 150,000 naira is not enough for me. Do you get? I'm just like, okay, the 150,000 naira is something I can get within 2 days in the UK. How much is pounds now to naira? Like, that is nothing. Do you get? So like most people are, okay, it is 150, just manage it like that. I'm just like, I can't manage it like that. I can't settle for like.
What she's trying to say is that it's a motivating factor.
Yeah.
So as someone who lived abroad, you're used to a certain standard of living. You're used to constant electricity. You're used to easy transportation. You're used to some things are just basic. Yeah. But here we know how to beat those constraints. You are probably thinking of starting off a business with so much money, but we can probably start a business with 100,000 naira. And that is something that is of an advantage to a homegrown student than you.
But what's the problem with me thinking big?
Because
no, I don't think
you're in
what she's saying is
Nigeria.
thinking big. I think a good example is when I began. I think my first salary wasn't that much, but my first salary was covering my transportation to work. And my dad was saying to me, Kem, you're living an executive lifestyle. Look at how much you're earning. People earning your salary are taking bus to work and you can only take an Uber. But for me, in my head, I couldn't imagine myself taking a bus to work. And that is something that somebody who's grown up in Nigeria, like, I didn't know bus, hop on it and get to work and save so much money. I was broke at the end of the day.
Sure. But for you, have you ever been at that point where you're competing for a position with a home, you call them home student,
Well,
and then they had an advantage over you?
No, I haven't actually. But I think I really like this topic because, I mean, like, we shouldn't only focus on working for someone actually. Being a home student, the advantage you have is you understand the economy. So you know what's going to grow. You know the business start that is going to grow. For instance, my friends and I have started like a women empowerment initiative. It's solely focused on empowering women because it's something that we lack in Nigeria. A lot of girls can't go into certain careers because I'm a woman. Like, and again, the Nigerian mentality when you come out of school is marriage. We're trying to break that barrier, trying to break that mentality. So, I mean, we're solely focused on like blog posts that deal with career advancement, what it means to be a woman in a country like Nigeria, and how to actually advance yourself.
I also want to talk about the fact that I feel like people who study abroad or live abroad don't really tell us the whole truth about how it is over there.
So we have this
question. Please tell us the truth. How is it like?
I didn't get a job until I was in second year. I mean, that was after 1 year of being in school. But I can tell you that I applied to about 50 organizations and I got rejected every single morning. Like, it became a trend. I wake up and see, oh, unfortunately. I mean, I was like, oh, what's the new word now? I mean, it was always unfortunately until I eventually got that job. Like, it wasn't what I wanted, but it was a major step.
Did you have to do any menial jobs?
Well, I wouldn't call it menial. I worked as a sales executive, so I wouldn't call it menial because I mean it's a vital role in any organization. So yeah, I didn't do anything.
I did though.
Okay. What did you do?
I was like gatesman for my accommodation.
You're joking, right?
Okay. Well, they paid well.
Wow. That's the thing. And again, like, it's experience. Nobody really cares if you're a security guard or anything. I mean, you pushed yourself, and that's what matters.
Actually, really changed my mindset about the whole IJGB advantage from hearing your stories and actually seeing that you guys are pretty hardworking. I hope you guys are more Nigerianized now. Definitely. Thank you for coming anyways. So coming up next, Tomike talks to the young celebrities in Celebrity Tracker.
It's your favorite celebrity tracker right here on Moment Z. I am Tomike Alayode, and it's time to track down celebs in the making, talking about the millennials, to ask them what they think about the IJGB advantage. I mean, you know, the I just got back. Do they really have an upper hand when it comes to, you know, job seeking and stuff like that? We'll find out shortly. It's Oyelola Ogunshowobo right here on Moment Z. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Today we are talking about the IJGB advantage. You know, they are just got back now. But do you think they have the upper hand when it comes to things?
Well, I think they do sometimes, but I think it's just sometimes I just feel they believe that because they came from the abroad, they are all about the phonetics and the...
It depends on you. You don't have to travel abroad to be very good. You can still be in this country. It depends on your skills. It depends on how you do it, how you work and everything. So you can be in this country and still be very good.
Exactly.
When they come back, they all feel like, oh, they have money, they're cool, yeah. And then they now like come and everybody's like expecting, oh, they're like in a higher class than us because we haven't like gone anywhere.
If I have potentials that the person that just got back doesn't have, I think I have upper hands than that person. So I feel it's not the criteria.
It's about what you have.
It's about what you have, yes, what you can deliver.
Whenever you go abroad, you know, there's always that upper hand based on the fact that, you know, you've gotten a new degree offshore. So when you come to Nigeria, employers usually look at those people as people who understand how businesses work.
Personally, I don't really feel you have an advantage. It only depends on what you can do. Like at the end of the day, because everyone can do stuff. So it all depends on what you can do, what you can bring to the table. That's what matters.
And that's it from tracking several celebs in the making right here on Moment Z. Remember, it's not about where you studied or where you grew up. It's about what you can bring to the table. I mean, work on yourself and trust me, you can be anything you want to be. I am Tomike Alayode, your celebrity tracker, saying goodbye.